Hi, I'm Rick Kaler. Thanks for joining me. When it comes to the economy, the idea of fake news is nothing new. We've often had a segment of the population believing the U.S. government is intentionally lying. In the early 2000s, economist Paul Krugman used the term inflation truthers to describe those who believed that the official government measures of inflation were intentionally inaccurate and that the real rate of inflation was much higher than reported. I was one of those inflation truthers. However, over time, I came to believe that despite some of the debate around the accuracy of the consumer price index, there was really no evidence to support the claim that the government is intentionally understating inflation. The Bureau of Labor Statistics bases its measures of inflation on a complex methodology that's widely accepted by economists. According to Krugman, many of the inflation truthers are now joined by recession truthers. Recession truthers believe that the economy is and has been in recession and that the official government data showing otherwise is a lie and a cover-up. In August 2022, a survey by Cinch found that 76% of Americans believed the economy was in recession, even though 63% of them couldn't even correctly define what the term in recession meant. Those who believe the government and most economists are in cahoots to perpetuate a cover-up choose to reject a lot of evidence to the contrary. For example, in August of 2022, the same time that 76% of Americans believed we were in recession, the FRED, F-R-E-D blog, which is the St. Louis Reserve or Federal Reserve Bank, noted the economy was not in recession. The National Bureau of Economic Research, the NBER, which is the official arbiter of recessions in the United States, does not predict recessions, but rather confirms them. Their data finds the U.S. has not been in a recession since the pandemic recession of 2020. The four predictors of a recession that most Americans cannot name are gross domestic product, the employment rate, consumer spending, and industrial production. The Federal Reserve Board of Atlanta considers all of these indicators in their daily GDP Now. And I think you can find that at gdpnow.com. While it is not a perfect predictor of a recession, the model has been shown to be accurate in predicting real GDP growth. It is not currently predicting a recession. Private companies that predict or want to track the various aspects to predict a recession also suggest that we currently are not in a recession. For example, the National Freedom or Federation of Independent Businesses has a survey that shows that many small businesses intend to expand their workforces, which is not something businesses do in a recession. Another previously mentioned source, the FRED, using data collected by states, not the federal government, also shows the labor market is solid. Declining stock markets can be an early indicator of a recession. The stock market is not currently in decline. Well, when might that happen? One simple predictor of a stock market decline is the presidential election cycle. This is based on the theory that stock market performance is weakest in the first 2 years of a presidential term, since Most wars, recessions, and bear markets tend to occur during that 2-year period. Bull markets tend to occur in the last 2 years of the presidential cycle. Data from Yardini.com shows the stock market has a strong tendency to perform well following the midterm elections, which is in the last 2 years. And that's irrespective of the actual election outcome. During the 12-month period following each of the 20 midterm elections since 1942, the S&P 500 was up on the average of 14.9%. None of those 20 12-month periods showed negative returns. So far in the 8 months following the 2022 midterm elections, the Dow Jones Index is up around 6%. According to reasonable and trustworthy data, we're not currently in a recession. However, the chances that one will occur sometime in the future is 100%. The question is not if, it's when. When might it occur? Well, that's a prediction that neither the government, economists, or private economists, or recession truthers can accurately make. Thanks for joining me.